Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Smiley Creations. Today we are going to discuss about subject artificial intelligence. In that we'll be discussing the unit 1 revising AI project cycle and ethical frameworks of AI. These are the topics we'll be covering in this session. 6 stages of AI project cycle, 3 domains of AI, their applications, ethical frameworks of AI. Before getting into the topic AI project cycle, we must know the definition of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is the ability of machines to perform tasks that usually require human intelligence, such as learning, decision making, and problem solving. And we should also know what is data science. Data science is a combination of Python and mathematical concepts. So concepts of data science can be used for developing any of the applications. Before we problem, getting into a topic, we must know data science can be used to solve the problems around us. So in order to solve the problems around us, we need to understand AI project cycle. What is AI project cycle? There are 5 stages of AI project cycle. This diagram shows the AI project cycle. These are the 5 stages of AI project cycle. They are problem scoping, data acquisition, data exploration, modeling, evaluation. The first stage of AI project cycle is problem solving. Problem solving is identifying and understanding the real world problem that we want to solve using AI. There are some steps for problem scoping. So, what are those steps? Let us discuss. They are understanding the problem, identifying the goal, know the stakeholders, that is nothing but people who are affected by the problem, define constraints, limitations like budget, time, tools. Even there are sustainable development goals. While identifying the problems, we connect them with two global goals like zero hunger, clean water, quality education, etc. So there are totally 17 sustainable goals I have mentioned in the video. You can see them. This figure shows 4W problem of canvas, that is who, what, where and why. We'll discuss in detail about these 4W problems. Let us discuss the 4W problems of canvas. First one, who. Who are you solving the problem for? Who are the stakeholders when it comes to just the problem? We are focusing only on the problem stakeholders here because when you start building the solutions, there will be other stakeholders like the developers, analysts, project managers, etc. But right now, we are worried about who is facing the problem. They are stakeholders and you need to identify them. Next, what? What is the problem? Now it seems very counter initiative that I'm defining the problem and I'm asking what the problem is. Let me clarify this a bit. When we say what is the problem here, we mean that what are the pain points? And for this, you need to talk with the stakeholders. There will be many problems they will say they are facing, but when you talk to them, you'll realize that there is an underlying problem which is the root cause of all these apparent problems. You have to zero in on the top of pain points that the stakeholders are facing and that will enable you to define a problem. Next, we must know where. Here, you are trying to establish the context where exactly the stakeholders are facing these challenges, whether it is in digital space or in physical space. If you are talking about physical space, then where exactly? In their office, their home, the market, the railway station, etc. If it's digital space, then which action, which platform, etc. You are trying to establish the context. Here we also ask, did someone try to solve the problem earlier? If they didn't try, to solve the problem, it was not solved, what were the obstacles? And if nobody tried to solve it earlier, then why? Why no one tried to solve it earlier? Then why? The most important question is, why are you trying to solve the problem? How important it is to find a solution? And when this is a problem that an organization is trying to solve, we must also ask whether it is aligned to overall goals of the organization. Because if it is not aligned, it might get difficult to allocate the time and resources needed and manage the project. They might not even have resources necessary to solve the problem. These are the four questions we ask about any problem that we want to solve and what is the outcome we are trying to achieve. For example, we'll be discussing a park. For example, we'll be discussing the waiting line for a parking area in mall near your house. People often park their cars on the roads rather than wait for their turn. This creates traffic problem, and this is the problem that you are going to solve. Let us give the answer in the 4 W's, that is who, what, where and why. Who is facing the problem here? The car owners of the city. What is the problem? They have to wait for a long time for parking space. Where does the problem exist? In the XYZ mall when they visit them. Why are you trying to solve this problem? Because you have the ability to develop a software that calculates the average wait time before the next parking space fall vacant. So that somebody waiting in the line, they will know they have just 2 minutes to wait, and then they will join the queue and park the car in the parking. This is how the 4W problem statements can be framed. Now we'll discuss data acquisition. This is a stage of acquiring data for the project. Data can be a piece of information or facts and the statistics collected together for reference or analysis. Whenever we want a project cycle to be able to predict an output, we need to train it first using data. There are two types of data sets. They are training set, testing set. For example, if you want to make an artificially intelligent system which can predict the salary of any employee based on his previous salary, you would feed the data of his previous salaries into the machine. This is the data with which the machine can be trained. Now, once it is ready, it will predict his next salary efficiently. The previous data here is known as training data, while the next salary prediction data set is known as testing data. Data features refers to the type of data you want to collect. For example, we have discussed the salary of an employee. Here, the salary amount, increment percentage, increment period bonus, etc. We need to collect these type of data. This diagram shows the data sources collection of data using surveys, web scraping, sensors, cameras, observations, and APIs. Let us discuss in detail. This diagram shows the data sources, the collecting of data from different data sources. Let us discuss one by one. The first one, let us discuss surveys. The survey is a method of gathering specific information from a sample of people. Example, a census survey for analyzing the population. Next one, API, Application Programming Interface. API is a messenger which takes request and tells the system about request and gives the response. Example, Twitter API, Google Search API. Next one, cameras. Camera captures the visual information. Then that information, which is called as image, is used as a source of data. Cameras are used to capture raw visual data. Observations. When we observe something carefully, we get some information. For example, scientists observe creatures to study them. Observation is a time consuming data source. Web scraping. Web scraping means collecting data from web using some technologies. We use it for monitoring prices, news, etc. Example, web scraping using beautiful soup in Python. Sensors. Sensors are very important but very simple to understand. Sensors are the part of Internet of Things. Sensors collect the physical data and detect the changes. Let us discuss data exploration. This is a process of arranging the gathered data uniformly for a better understanding. Data can be arranged in the form of table, plotting a chart, or making a database. Thus, to analyze data, you need to visualize it in some user-friendly format so that you can quickly get a sense of trends, relationships, and patterns contained within the data. Define strategy for which model to use later stage. Communicate the same to others effectively. To visualize data, we can use various types of visual representation. For example, Google Charts, W, Fusion Charts, High Charts. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more updates. Let us discuss the remaining topic in the next session.